Maps are really powerful as objects because they're a way of controlling the world. The world changes, and when you look at an old map, it's completely different to how the world is now. Yet there's a kind of disconnect because when I look at the world, it doesn't really change. It fascinates me that there's this whole resource that people spent years and years creating, and they're so beautiful, yet they're kind of becoming forgotten. I love the idea of travelling, but I love travelling in my armchair too. When you look at an atlas, you can just imagine places and lands, and you can travel far and wide without having to leave the comfort of your own home. Plants and flowers and birds, they travel and they're free to travel. There's no borders. We don't have those same freedoms as human beings. We're very much bound by the rules of the maps and the borders, and so I kind of like the idea of playing with the maps and releasing and transforming them into something different. It's almost kind of subverting the power of the maps by turning them into beautiful, natural worlds. I try to kind of disappear out of myself when I'm working so that I can just really, I'm just very focused on the physical act of it. I tend to like to listen to audiobooks because I can get very lost in the story, and sometimes when I look at a piece of work I remember the story that I listened to when I made the piece of work. I can almost feel it in the paper, which I'm sure no one else will ever notice, but that's quite enjoyable for me. I make them for myself, but then I make them because I want to share my feelings with the world. And the emotion in a piece of work is really important, and I always want to put a feeling of joy in the work. My work is the part that gets to go free. There's nothing more pleasurable than when someone buys a piece of your work and you can see how much it lights them up to have it, and you know how much they love it. There's no better thing than to know that someone's going to really love having that piece of work in their home, and it's going to bring them a lot of pleasure.